Good morning, everybody. I'm Danielle Knox, and you're watching The Balancing Act. We are original, informative, intelligent, and entertaining. We illuminate new ways for women to achieve success in all areas of their lives. So keep watching and stay informed.
Identity theft is a crime that continues to grow year after year, and according to the FTC, it's estimated that 9 million Americans have their identity stolen each year. However, one company's technology can tell consumers instantly if they may have lost their identity and it's been compromised. Joining us today is President of ID Watchdog, Justin Yorke. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you here. Before we get into this, we went out and talked to some of our viewers and asked them what their definition of identity theft was. Let's take a look.
Identity theft is someone stealing your private information only that you've only released to certain people.
It's when people may open accounts in your name, get a mortgage in your name.
When someone has access to your personal information and destroys your credit.
People commit crimes in my name.
Destroys your life.
Sounds like good answers to me. Any comments on what these people had to say?
Yeah, I'm actually pretty impressed with your viewers. Most people think that credit reports and credit cards are the only places they have to worry about identity theft. Well, the statistics actually show that 70% of identity theft crimes happen in non-financial databases, and only about 30% of the crimes happen within your credit report. So if you're just looking at your credit report, you're going to miss 7 out of 10 identity theft crimes.
That's good to know. That really is. Because, you know, again, I would have thought definitely the financial end of it. But give us some other examples of non-financial risk.
Well, we see it all the time. Like, for example, we have one client who came to us. He had 4 warrants in his name for his arrest.
4 warrants?
In states that he'd never traveled to.
Holy cow.
We had people with over $100,000 in medical procedures in their name in hospitals they'd never been to.
Wow.
And then we have people that have jobs all over the country that illegal immigrants are using their Social Security numbers in order to stay in the country, so they have taxes that they have to deal with as a result.
Man, that is scary, folks. I tell you that right now. Let's get down to the bottom line. What does ID Watchdog do? How do they actually protect people?
We take really a 3-pronged approach. Number 1, we look at your past and see if identity theft has happened to you ever in your life. A lot of times it can happen and you might not even know it's there. Number 2, we have a monitoring system that monitors 10,000 databases that monitors on a go-forward basis. So if anything new happens, we'll spot it no matter if it's criminal, financial, medical, or any of the above. The last thing is, if something does go wrong, we don't just pat you on the back and say, good luck fixing it. We take a limited power of attorney and we help you fix it. So that's the 3-pronged approach that we take, and it's really the complete solution I think we've been waiting for.
Okay. You guys did a check on my identity.
We did. We pulled all those 10,000 databases, and we want you to take a look and see what we found.
Wow, I'm a little nervous, but holy cow, there's actually an address here that is at least 30 years old.
Those databases don't forget, do they?
Man, they don't. Nothing ever goes away. And it seems like there's some names here that aren't quite to the spelling of my name, but my Social Security number is along with that. Now, that pretty much scares me. I don't know who that person is. Is that really me?
That is a big red flag for identity theft. And that's something we first have to identify the problem. Now we need to do some further investigation.
That's amazing. Really? Is there any typical type of person that people are, that are targeting for identity theft?
Well, the people that come to us that tend to be the more responsible and the more concerned with this problem actually are women. They tend to be a little bit older, maybe over 30 years old, just because those are the people that tend to be concerned with this stuff and have something to lose.
Yeah, actually, and I've actually had my credit card information stolen, be tough. So, but this is all great information. It has really opened up my eyes to what identity theft is and what it can do to your whole entire life.
Right.
Forever and ever. Where can we get more information?
Well, I invite everybody to go to our website, which is www.idwatchdog.com. You can find out a lot of great information about identity theft there, and you can also try out our product and get this same report for free when you sign up there.
Wow, that's great information. Thanks again, Justin.
Thank you.
Join our online community by logging on to thebalancingact.com and clicking on the Multiply banner. Interact with the show producers, discuss features you've seen, and you'll have some great conversation starters.
Well, you know, these days most of us are trying to find new ways to be thriftier as we attempt to lower our monthly budgets. But no matter how tight daily life gets, experts warn that we still need to stay on top of our financial future. Joining us now from the Big Apple with some very useful information is Senior VP and COO Chris Blunt from New York Life Insurance Company. Well, Chris, I understand that according to your research, women particularly are just not doing enough to plan, or should we say protect their finances. So what's the reality here?
You know, Danielle, one of the best ways to protect yourself and your family is with life insurance. Unfortunately, many Americans, and especially women, either do not have life insurance or they don't have enough life insurance coverage. 1/3 of all women in the United States are without any life insurance at all. Independent research shows that most people with life insurance have roughly half the coverage they actually need.
Chris, that's frightening. You know, we actually sent one of our producers to find out some reasons why folks just don't have life insurance. Listen to this.
I don't feel at this time that anybody would benefit from it, being that I'm single.
I've not really thought of it to be a terribly important issue at this point in my life.
You know, my husband and I have never really been concerned. We don't have children.
Well, Chris, after hearing that and your stats, what signal does that send your industry?
Well, to us, that means consumers need to be educated about all that life insurance can do for you right now, as well as after your death. It's really an educational challenge that we at New York Life take very seriously. No family should be confronted with decisions like postponing college educations or selling the family home because they failed to have life insurance in place.
This really is definitely a challenging time for individual investors, and I suspect you're hearing a cry for help from them as well, right?
Absolutely. You know, now more than ever, people want guarantees, and that obviously plays to New York Life's strengths. Permanent life insurance is one of those rare products that's flexible enough to be a source of living benefits as well as protection against the loss of the breadwinner's income. And by living benefits, what I mean by that is that permanent life insurance, good old whole life for example, can be a good source of emergency cash for tuition payments, to pay your mortgage, any immediate needs that you might find yourself having. When times are tough, you have a product that you can turn to for cash, even though that will of course reduce your death benefit.
So explain to us how permanent life insurance works.
Sure. There are two basic types of life insurance, and the best analogy I've found is actually housing. Term insurance is analogous to renting your insurance, whereas permanent insurance allows one to own their coverage outright. But there is a cost to permanent life insurance in that the premiums are higher than for term because you're actually locking in your premium for life. Term insurance premiums are lower because the payment amount is only for a set period of time, and then those payments increase. Permanent insurance, however, builds cash value, whereas term insurance does not. It's the cash value that can be tapped into in times of need, as we discussed earlier.
But you're asking people to invest their money at a time when consumers are really nervous, and with good reason. What peace of mind do they have that their hard-earned money is safe and secure?
Great question. New York Life has earned the AAA ratings from all 4 major rating agencies. That gives consumers comfort that their money is safe. In fact, not many banks out there can claim to have the highest ratings. New York Life also has billions more in capital than is required to maintain our AAA rating.
All right, what other advice would you give women who are considering buying life insurance for themselves or their families?
Sure. You know, whether they're the primary breadwinner or a stay-at-home mom, a professional agent from New York Life can assist you with your life insurance needs. We believe our agents are the best trained in the industry at customizing life insurance products depending on the need of the consumer and their budget.
Great information, Chris. Thank you. And I think we've really sorted some fact from fiction here when it comes to life insurance protection. And I know your advice will definitely help our viewers find some peace of mind in these tough economic times.
Great. Thank you.
When buying insurance, get enough to cover your full economic value. For example, a 37-year-old woman making $50,000 a year will have earned $1.5 million by age 67, even if she never gets a raise. For more on how to protect your future wealth, go to NewYorkLife.com.
Well, the holiday season is here, and we know life gets not only hectic, but doesn't it get expensive?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there is so much to think about with party planning, gift giving, sending those personalized holiday photo cards, and more. So, this year, as our budgets tighten, wouldn't it be great to make your holiday projects happen a lot faster,
a lot easier, and yeah, a lot cheaper.
Love it. And here to talk about a money-saving creative solution for the holidays is Jennifer Smezek and Dina O'Loughlin with the Print Shop ladies. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. You all have come at the right time because it is about that time for me to do my holiday cards. I'm not good at it. How can the Print Shop help a novice like me?
The Print Shop is a complete desktop publishing solution that makes it easy to create any number of holiday projects. And the best part about it is that you don't need to be a designer to use it. Absolutely.
Because I am not.
The Print Shop comes with a complete set of professionally designed templates, clip art, everything you need to make your projects amazing. And then you can print them right out from your home printer.
Even better, you don't have to go to the store and actually pick them up. Okay, so you have brought dozens of beautiful designs. Go ahead. Want to see them.
So here is an example of the holiday card that I created for this year using my wedding photo.
Oh, that's a beautiful picture, by the way.
Thank you so much. Here's an example of an invitation that was created using the same template, but you can see the different fonts and the different clip art really give it a unique look.
It's also a great solution for small businesses.
Ah, right.
So we've got a really professional template right here, and you can personalize it inside with the mail merge tool and add in the individual names of each of your recipients. You can also use it to create signs and invitations. This is an invitation to a New Year's party that can be posted in the break room or folded up and mailed out to all of your clients.
The thing I like too is that we are, of course, talking about the holidays, but wouldn't this be a great solution year-round?
Absolutely. So you can use it for birthday parties. Here we've got an example of an invitation featuring a photo. This is a baby shower invitation in the new contemporary style.
How hard is it, or how easy is it, we should say?
The Print Shop is so easy. Anybody can use it. Take this example of a newsletter that I created using everything from the Print Shop. It looks professional, doesn't it?
It does.
Thank you. This only took me 30 minutes.
No
it took
kidding.
me longer to find the photos than it did to put it all together.
That's the hardest part.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know, one of my friends, she does this holiday party every year. And every year she takes her invitations to, I'm not going to say the name of the place, but someplace she has to get it printed out. And this year she said it's going to cost her $500.
Ow,
$500 to print out her holiday invitations and all the decorations. So how would the Print Shop compare to that?
That's where the Print Shop is a completely economical solution. Like you said, each one of those projects can cost upwards of $100 each.
That's a lot of money.
With the Print Shop, you can create all of this for way less than $100. And imagine the savings when you use it year-round for baby showers, thank you cards, table cards, invitations to parties throughout the year.
Where can we go for more information so that Maribel can buy my holiday gift?
Fantastic. You can actually buy the Print Shop anywhere that you buy software. So Staples, Best Buy, Office Depot, and it's also available online at broderbund.com.
The gift that keeps on giving, Miss Maribel.
There you go.
There you go.
It's recyclable.
It is.
Gotta love it. Thank you, ladies.
We're getting closer to the holidays, so where do you go for real advice on video to help you balance all your responsibilities? TheBalancingAct.com, of course. Okay, let's daydream here for a second, why don't we? You are abiding by the rule of thirds. You're working 8 hours a day, you're playing 8 hours a day, and you are sleeping 8 hours a day. All right, wake up. Let's get back to reality, because managing all these expectations is a challenge. We all know this. Here to help is MD, psychiatrist, executive wellness coach, and author of this book, Leading Under Pressure, is Dr. Gabby Cora. Welcome, Dr. Cora.
Thank you so much for the invitation, Danielle.
Absolutely, and it is true. We tend to, in a fantasy world, want to have this perfect, world we're living and abiding by the rule of thirds, but that's not always the reality, is it? Is that one of the reasons why you wrote this book?
Absolutely. The reality is people are working 12 to 16-hour days.
Oh, boy.
And many people are not having any time for recreational activities, and they're cutting down on their sleep as well. So this is one of the reasons that led me into writing this book and being so passionate about helping people out stay healthy as they become wealthy at the same time.
And you talk about people coming to your office who are already stressed out, so they're already kind of at the point of no return, but can stress ever be good?
A little bit of stress is excellent. It's actually what helps us thrive and be excellent at whatever we decide to do. So a little bit of that stress is good, but too much stress will paralyze us and will not allow us to do our very best, because too much of it may even make us sick.
Well, how can some of the tips in this book help us lead a more productive and healthy lifestyle?
The easiest way is to try to see what are our stressful points that don't allow us to bounce back and be resilient. Once we can identify those, it's very important to try to maintain our health all the time. So it's very important for us to work hard on being healthy so that if crisis strikes, we're ready for it.
How do we manage our stress? Because, you know, when you get to that point of no return, you don't even realize that there were little bitty stresses that were leading up and up and up and up to where you are. So how do you manage so that you don't go overboard?
The best way to manage them is by maximizing the 4 pillars of biological health. So eating well on a regular basis is going to be very important, and not skipping lunch and or dinner every single day. Exercising regularly. 30 minutes of regular exercise is very important, particularly for those of us who are so busy throughout the course of the day. Sleeping 8 hours at night is also of essence.
Wait a second. Back up. 8 hours. I don't know many Americans who get 6 hours of sleep a night.
And it's very important. Some people do very well on 6.5 hours, but some other people need those 8 hours to try to sleep well and recuperate all that energy so that they can continue their daily activities the next day. And last but not least is finding some great ways to relax every single day, even a little bit. It could be listening to music, practicing some other relaxation techniques, or even through exercise.
Where can we go to find more information about you and about your book?
Oh, thank you. More information about me and the book available at www.drgabbycora.com.
All right, Dr. Cora, thank you. The book is called Leading Under Pressure. Thank you for your insight.
Thank you.
If you have kids, I'm sure you want them to live a long and happy life. What happens if we trash our planet first? We live in an important time in our Earth's history, a time when humanity must choose its future. Give your kids a future and recycle. Do it for your kids.
Join our online community by logging on to thebalancingact.com and clicking on the Multiply banner. Interact with the show producers, discuss features you've seen, and you'll have some great conversation starters.
Unless you or a loved one has been in the hospital recently, you probably wouldn't know that the U.S. is under a critical and growing nursing shortage. The federal government estimates that more than 1 million new and replacement nurses will be needed by the year 2012. The shortage in Illinois alone is predicted to reach more than 21,000 nurses by the year 2020. Now, here to discuss is Susan Gronwald, president of the Chamberlain College of Nursing. Welcome, Susan.
Good morning.
Wow, this is really amazing. Pretty scary, as a matter of fact. So let's be really blunt about this. What would happen if we didn't have enough nurses?
Well, since nurses deliver the bulk of patient care at the least, there's increased wait times and perhaps more errors. At the other end of the spectrum, if there were national crisis, there could be increased complications and deaths if there weren't enough nurses.
This sounds like it's already pretty much a serious problem.
It is, and getting worse as the population ages and the nursing population ages. A lot of nurses have left the field, and the American Association of Colleges of Nursing estimated that 40,000 qualified applicants were turned away from baccalaureate programs alone last year.
Wow, I mean, that's a lot of people trying to get educated and they can't get educated. That just is, it's amazing. It's a shame, actually. So how do we solve this problem?
Schools of nursing are attempting to increase their capacity. The government is assisting where it can, but still we have long wait lists at schools, and a lot of people who want to get in because they know what a great field it is, but still we just don't have enough capacity.
Right, right. So tell me a little bit about Chamberlain College for Nursing.
Well, Chamberlain has been around for 120 years, existing as a school of nursing all that time. But we've recently begun to work at doing our part for the nursing shortage by establishing campuses at various places around the country. So
makes it more convenient, right?
Absolutely. Our goal is to educate as many nurses as we can.
That's great. And I'm sure a lot of people out there that want to become a nurse will appreciate this, and as well as the patients out there as well. Now, online sounds like a great way to go for stay-at-home moms, moms on the go, working moms. This is a great way just to get a nursing degree, correct?
Absolutely. We have two online programs. One is for those who don't already have any nursing at all. Those are for only residents of Ohio. But for those who are already registered nurses, we have an online program that is throughout the country. It's a BSN completion program. And then at all of our campuses, we have an on-site program for those who aren't interested in online education.
But are there any special clinical requirements for completing an online education program?
In the associate degree online program for Ohio residents, there are clinicals required in the state of Ohio because we're producing nurses. For the RN to BSN program, these are already licensed nurses, and there are no additional clinical requirements for that program.
Okay, great. Anything else that you'd like to tell us about the college?
We have accreditation from the Higher Learning Commission to offer our degree programs, and we also have two nursing accreditations, the NLNAC and the CCNE, for those who know about nursing.
Susan, tell us a little bit more where we can find out more information.
Well, please look us up on our website at www.chamberlain.edu.
That's great. I'm so glad you're here today. It's great talking to you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us.
When managing retirement assets, make sure you have enough guaranteed income to cover your basic expenses. Experts say one effective way is to put a portion of your savings into a lifetime income annuity, then take the remainder and invest it in a diversified portfolio. For more information, go to newyorklife.com.
I'm Danielle Knox, and thanks for joining me this morning on The Balancing Act. Be sure and watch us every weekday morning right here on Lifetime Television for the latest and greatest services and products to help you balance your life. Whether it's your home, your career, your family, or financial matters, The Balancing Act is here for you.